guy at the Athens here with Herschel walking. Herschel, we're both wearing blue. Is that?
I know.
And somebody, we didn't get
the memo for the red and black.
When the football season starts, I put away my blue. What about you?
Well, I do put away my blue. What I was trying to do here is I was trying to go into my high school, the Johnson County days, and bring back a little high school spirit since high school football is about to start.
That's awesome. Now, talk a little bit about, I heard talking with George, you went on campus today, visited some sorority, maybe delivered some food to a sorority.
Well, one of the things I want to do, being here in Athens, I try to give back to the community, and at the same time, sororities and fraternities here are pretty big.
Absolutely.
And I've seen a lot of people here in the restaurant, and I just want to go back to the community and say thank you, because to be a success, you gotta have people to help you. And having a lot of people around Athens that come into the restaurant that at least share the things that we're doing here, no doubt will help in this place.
Talk a little bit about, give me, and we'll let you promote, what are your three favorites here at your restaurant?
Well, one of the things that we do specialize in is the wings. I think we got some of the best wings in the country, and I know about wings, being in the food business. People don't know, I've been in the food business for about 14 years. I own a chicken company. And so I know about wings, so we got some very, very good wings in 34 different flavors. And then you want to talk about Mama's Chicken. I think Mama's Chicken is an excellent item. I don't think it's going to be on Miss the First Lady food to eat.
Right.
It's got a little bit of, it tastes good.
That's great.
And then I think the grilled cheese sandwich, I think that people will be totally shocked at that item. And if you want to dessert, the ganache cake, chocolate ganache cake in the mason jar, I think they won't.
No, I saw the mason jar. That thing was bubbling over.
Oh, no, I tell you, that's good. That's got a lot of goodness in it.
Now, talk a little bit about what it means. I remember when I was 8 years old, you picked me up at the Ramada Inn down in Leroy Dukes' place. And said, let this young man get through here and you sign my autograph. Or I had an old Jack Davis, but I just watched you in there, and it's still happening. What's that like to still have that effect on people?
Well, I think I've been blessed. I think the Lord has blessed me, and they always say, if you're blessed, you have to bless someone else. I've had a lot of help from my life, and I tell people this all the time, that it shouldn't take anything for you to help someone else. I think that's our problem today, is we only look at ourselves. And you got to know that this is more than about you. And a lot of the kids that come here, they were not even born when I was playing. Their parents had told them about me, and I just want to say hello to them. And first of all, thank them for coming, because without them, this place wouldn't be here. And then second of all, just to show them I'm still here.
That's awesome. Now, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you about the football season. What do you think about the Dogs' chance this year?
I think the Dogs got a very good chance. I think they got a very good chance, just as well as anyone else. But I think the Dogs are a little bit above some of the other teams. I think Alabama's going to be very strong this year. The SEC, I think, got 6 teams that can be number one. There was no doubt Alabama is a front runner, but when you start looking at the SEC, there are 6 teams that can be number one. And I think the Dogs is just one of those 6. I do think they'll win the East again. I think they'll face Alabama. We'll see what's going to happen there. But I think what they got to do is forget about last year. Last year is gone. What they got to do is think about today. Think about what's going on right now, and it starts today. It starts every time you step out on the field, get ready to practice. You got to be ready to go.
One last question. We've heard a lot about last year's Heisman Trophy. He's been having a little bit of, the spotlight. What would be your, and I know you probably don't want to give advice to a 20-year-old, but you were there and you were that big at his age. What's it take to kind of be able to deal with all of that and still, it's a lot to be thrown at somebody his age.
It is, but at the same time, you got to take self-responsibility. He is not a kid. He's not 5 and 6 years old. He's a young adult, and he knows the rules, and that's what's so sad is the way you're supposed to act. I told somebody one day, I said, if I was doing something that was wrong, all they had to do was call my parents. My parents said, I would be there just to right from wrong. And that's what's sad is everyone will say he's a kid, but he's not. He's a young adult. So you have to take self-responsibility. And now, not just a young adult, he's a former high school winner. So that means you got to take yourself with self-respect. Things you're doing, don't use the excuse I'm young or you're a kid, because you're not a kid. And you got to take that responsibility. Whether you signed and got paid for it, who knows? I think what's sad is you can't get the truth out of anyone. You have the brokers or whatever saying, oh, they won't talk to the NCAA. Well, if you did something wrong, admit it wrong and let's try to move forward. Don't have this long, drawn out investigation of he said, she said. Let's get to the truth and get down to what the real thing is. And you know what I think Manziel got to take responsibility as a player, as an athlete, as a student, because that's what comes first. Like we forgot about the reason he's in college. You know, I was sad to hear that he was taking classes online because I was like totally confused. This is about college, not about athletics. And I think that's what we got to do.
One last question. You know, Athens, Georgia is just a special place. Tell me when you pull back into town, what is it about Athens that's special to Herschel?
You know what's special about Athens is this is where we started. When I first came to Athens, I didn't know what to expect, but I learned Athens today. You know, Athens, the people here, the school, the university, this is my home, this is my family. And I owe a lot to this university, I owe a lot to the Athens support, to the Athens community. And that's why I say I want to give back something, because to what is much received, much got to be given. And Coach Landry used to always say, if you take something out of a society, put something out of it. And this is my opportunity to put something.
Hey, I appreciate it. What an honor. All right, take care.